Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Titans, the Season 2 finale, Season 2, Episode 13, Nightwing. The title kind of says it all. I don't know, I would have picked a different title, to be honest with you. I understand, this is the debut, but still. As far as, season finales go, it was pretty good. I probably liked it more than the Season 1 finale, but it was a little too neat. You got 1 hour, and they had to close a lot of storylines, so it was just boom, boom, boom. But it was just a little bit too neat. I would have liked to have seen it kind of build up more for the closing, rather than just because this whole season we've just watched the team get broken apart, and then within the first 10 minutes, boom, they're basically all right back together. So the whole opening scene with Mercy, trying to sell Connor and get people interested in bidding, the shooting the gun and then catching the bullet was actually a pretty nice little technique. And then when he fires it back, learning more about Corey and her powers being gone, and just kind of the woman team going on right now, where we got Dawn, Donna, Corey, and Rachel. Those four have mostly been together throughout the season. It's the guys that are the ones that are breaking apart in this season. So Deathstroke shows up, wiping them out. Like I said, opening scene, it's so quick. And Nightwing, debuts. Now, Nightwing is amazing. He's, one of my favorite comic book characters. I've said, I think it was the last review, where he actually got his name from Superman and, the Nightwing, which was, a superhero on Krypton and stuff. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that. Also, reading a lot of the Nightwing comics, his uniform has changed a lot over the years. And so for this, they went straight to the final form, where it's the blue bird on the chest and stuff. At one point, he had golden wings and all sorts of stuff. They do have the batons, which is great, a classic Nightwing move. Rose coming back, and like I said, I think I said it in the very first review when we saw her. I was clearly she's a plant, and she's probably going to be a good guy by the time we get to the end. No twist. It was exactly the way I had, thought it was going to go. And sure enough, she even kills, makes the, killing move on Deathstroke. So I was okay, it's okay, but it was a little predictable. I didn't foresee any big change coming. Jericho going into her body was the kind of unexpected change, because now it's this brother-sister hybrid, where they can switch personalities. So I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know if we're going to see Jericho go into somebody else, maybe find somebody that's in a coma and take over. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I feel they're not going to let it just sit there, though. So the big fight between Connor and Gar was kind of a joke. I get it was phase 2 and all that, but did anybody expect Gar to even have a fighting chance against Connor? It was just a weird little, that was the buildup, was we're gonna put a tiger against Superboy. Okay. So the scene where who was it? It was Donna, Dawn, and Corey, and they're we need to talk to him, and she's I got a plan. Hey, Connor, that's your plan? It was very Ghostbusters, get her! It was, I don't know, it made me laugh. I don't think it was supposed to, but it did. The Donna, Troy, and Connor fight was great. I kept thinking, why didn't she use her lasso? And then suddenly she does. Lex Luthor gets another mention, so I'm curious to see if we'll see him next season. Rachel and Gar, I'm kind of over their storyline. But when they finally get Connor in the lasso, and then Rachel, envelops him, that's when it started getting weird. And then, Dick, trying to help him inside and bust through the light and stuff like that. I was this is just odd at this point. I don't know the whole point between Donna dying. I thought that was a really weird choice. And to be honest with you, it wasn't that great of a death. The whole, tower falling. For one, why didn't Connor catch it? But, it just didn't seem necessary. It felt faked to me. And then I get it, she's being electrocuted and stuff like that, but it seemed really awkward. I wasn't digging it. And then Rachel going with her, I'm assuming next season we'll see some sort of resurrection or something like that, because it was too awkward, it was too weird. Them finding out that Rachel created the Bruce Wayne that brought the four of them together. Again, like, it was just really weird and kind of forced. So I'm not digging it. And then finally the team going off to like do their battle. So it's great. Like, we're back to being the Titans team. And then last season, the final episode actually had like an after credit scene, and that's the one that introduced Connor. This time they didn't do it. I think too many people just, like, as soon as we get to the credits, we're done. So unless you're like the Marvel movies where you have programmed people to stay, like, people are just gonna shut it off. So for this one, it is before the actual credits, and we actually see, like, it looks like Blackfire will probably be the main villain for next season as she takes over somebody else that we saw, like she did with the, like, guard or whatever. So it'll be kind of interesting. Like I said, last season was a little bit of a hot mess, whereas like the first season of this episode was just like the cleanup of that one, and I didn't really like it. So I liked how all the storylines were closed, but then we got the seeds for the next season. I think that'll be a really interesting twist, and just to kind of see how it progresses from there. So I think they are learning and they're adapting as they're going, which is great. Overall, I would say this is a good season. I did really like it. I mean, Deathstroke's not one of my favorite villains, but I think it was handled much better than the first season, because the whole first season was just learning who all of these people are. So for those who have seen the season finale, what did you guys think? What did you think about the whole season in general? What are you hoping to see in season 3? Like I said, I'm not a huge Titans, like, buff or anything like that. Like, I've seen Young Justice and stuff like that, but I don't know a ton of their villains or anything like that. So, and I only know like a handful of other characters. Like, I know they could bring Kid Flash in. They already name dropped Speedy in one of the episodes because Donna gets the phone call from him. Isn't there like Terra who like can control the earth or something? So, I mean, there are a handful of other characters. There's other Aqualads that we can run into. So they do have a whole gambit of characters. So who are some ones that you would like to see? Go ahead, let me know, and I will see you guys next year, presumably, or in a few months, whenever season 3 debuts. So